So Sun Valley is going through a tremendous amount of redevelopment. And really, this area here, right before the river on 13th, is a gateway to our community.
Jean Granville has called Denver home for decades, many of those in Denver's Sun Valley neighborhood.
Look at the brickwork and the windows.
The Zuni Power Plant stands at the entrance to that neighborhood.
This was a real centerpiece, really, for the community and a reference point for a community that was otherwise pretty isolated.
The power plant served as more than just a reference point for the neighborhood. It was really a launching point for Denver's modernization.
As Denver was expanding, in the early 1900s, as it was coming off of the silver crash, when the building stopped, more rapid expansion was happening, and they needed heat and electricity to fuel that expansion.
Enter Charles LaCombe.
He had a power company. It was originally created to kind of break up the monopoly of power companies in the Denver area.
His LaCombe Electric Company began operating in 1901, using a brand new power generating plant along the Platte River and 13th Street.
But it was built as a state-of-the-art power generation facility using alternating current.
LaCombe's Electric Company would be swallowed up by the monopoly it was created to break up. But the power plant remained active. It would undergo many changes over the years as power generating technology changed from coal to natural gas.
It's produced electricity up until 2015, so it's really been a key part of Denver's everyday life for many, many years. The building is no longer needed to produce electricity, so it's really redundant for power generating purposes.
With all the modern buildings going up around it, would a century-old industrial power plant have much of a future? The residents of the surrounding neighborhoods say absolutely.
Existing and historic buildings are so compatible with contemporary development. They really can enhance each other.
It's really the community that stepped forward and said, we understand that there are a lot of things that need to be torn down, but when we can preserve our history, we want to do so.
Our neighborhood is invested in the past as well as the future. We want to respect the past and we want to acknowledge where we've come from. And that's why holding on to this facility would be important.
There is no lack of inspiration to draw upon.
There's examples of buildings like this across the country and around the world that are so many different diverse uses. You look at, for example, Battersea Power Station in London. It's just been converted into a mixed-use residential, retail and commercial facility, and there's actually an elevator that goes up the middle of one of the chimney stacks to a viewing platform on the top.
In Beloit, they turned an old powerhouse into a college community center and a student recreation center.
Xcel has committed not to tear the building down in the near future.
That gives the community a bit of time to figure out how to put ideas into action.
The community needs to embrace a vision for it. Xcel Energy needs to understand. The city of Denver needs to recognize what the community wants, and we need to work together.
It takes a lot of work to make a project like that happen, but when the community comes together, with city partners, private partners, we've seen adaptive reuse projects across the country really benefit cities.
Letting the community know what kind of use there can be is going to be really important.